What's up, Wolverines, and welcome back to Wellness for You. Today, I wanted to talk about women and the support we have here at UVU, and so I have brought Rachel on with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rachel Lund. I am the director of the Women's Intercultural Engagement Program and the We Care here at UVU.
That's awesome, and we're so happy to have you just to kind of discuss this great program that I've even heard so much about. You guys have your own location. Um, and it was previously known as the Women's Success Center. That's how I knew it.
Yeah.
But you guys changed your name recently, and I kind of just wanted to go over what details came over for that change and why you guys did it.
So it's been known as the Women's Success Center since about 2011, which is when it started. It was started by Paige Holland and President Matthew Holland back then to really
Awesome.
address the difference between the success of women at UVU and the success of men. We have actually never had parity in graduation rates, so we've always had women graduating at lower rates than men here at UVU, and so they really wanted to address that issue. And so they created the Women's Success Center, and it's been through a lot of iterations. It's had really phenomenal success at helping women graduate, at transforming lives, and giving them support. Unfortunately, last year, during the Utah legislative session, there was a bill passed. It was called HB 261. It's the Equal Opportunity in Education Act, and it made a lot of changes in higher education. One of the things that it dictated was that centers couldn't be for specific populations. A lot of people have colloquially known it as the anti-DEI bill. So there were a lot of centers that had to change what they were doing and the ways that they were serving students in order to comply with this law. So the Women's Success Center fell within that because of the population that we serve. Now, we've always served all students. We give a lot of scholarships, and last year 20% of our scholarships went to male or male identifying students, and so we've always helped anybody who needed the help, but it was backed in data that would help specifically women succeed. Because of HB 261, we have become the Women's Intercultural Engagement Program, and now are focused on celebrating, educating, making aware, and engaging women and all students around the culture of women's issues. So, really, the shared lived experience of women here in Utah and at UVU.
That's awesome. I didn't know about I did know that you guys had those scholarships. I've seen quite a few of them. And tried to your guys's help with the FAFSA and everything like that. But that's awesome that you guys support both. So that name change actually kind of opens that door, especially when you're encouraging everybody to really succeed. That's honestly one thing that I really like about UVU is the many programs that do help us finish school and really get to your degree and doing things that you love. And I think your guys' place is so cute. If you guys ever pass by, it's always decorated based on the holidays, and everybody there is super sweet and ready to help you out. Which is kind of what I wanted to go in. And you guys do have activities that you guys can go to. I do get some newsletters about it and stuff like that. So how can students get more involved with this intercultural program?
So there's a couple of ways. So we are located in the Losi Center. We're on the third floor, and you'll see us with big glass doors. And like you said, we're decorated. Have a really great space for students to just come and feel like they belong there. We know that a part of student success is really being able to find a community and a place of belonging, which is, like you said, one of the reasons I love UVU, because they don't just say it's a place for you. They really try to make that true in students' lives. And we're really focused on that in the Women's Intercultural Engagement Program. So every Wednesday, we have Women Wednesdays. It's just anytime from 10 to 4, you're welcome to come and do some kind of activity. Today we have Olympics and origami. So we've got the Olympics and the Paralympics playing on our big screen. We've got origami that you can come do. It's just a break for your mind or a place for you to gather with others to just, relax and step away from school for a minute, but while still creating that community. So that's one of the many events we have. But we are focused on celebrating the success of women, the history of women, like I said, the shared lived experience of the women here at UVU.
That's so awesome. And yeah, I do agree. Like that space is kind of built for anybody to come like study for a bit and just kind of fill and build that community there.
We also always have free snacks. So we've got a really great, just right there in our lobby, we've got a fridge and then a bunch of cupboards, and there's healthy snacks and less healthy snacks if you just need something to grab between classes, because we know that sometimes as the brain needs to be fed, so does the body. So anybody can stop by and get some snacks or find a place to study, find a place to hold a study group. We've got a really great conference room. So if you need an extra space for a study group that's child friendly, we've got toys and books and little games for children as well. So if you need to have a place to have your kids with you, you can come and do that in our center.
That's so awesome. So like so many different ways that you're kind of creating that communal space for everybody, which is so awesome. And that's why I really like it, because the push and as well as the support for success is really important in a lot of people's lives. A lot of us are fortunate enough to like have that maybe from friends and family in our lives. There are some of us that, you know, find that circle a little bit smaller. And so to be able to find a place where they can have that support, especially in something where like school, because like it is common for a lot of people not to go or just to kind of go their own way and to commit to this is, you know, it's really hard. It's not very costly and like all these like different things that it really is a commitment to do. So when you have that support behind you, especially where you guys are finding both scholarships, mentally feeding, you know, and physically feeding us like information, food, and creating that space really sets you on the road to success.
And we do have about 100 almost 180 privately funded scholarships. They are now being facilitated through the Financial Aid Center and Scholarship Center. So because of the HB 261 bill, we're not able to facilitate them within our center, but they still exist. These scholarships were set up to help students who are within the Women's Intercultural Engagement Program and involved in there. So a couple of ways you can get involved is by coming to any of the events or activities we have. You could also join Women of UVU, which is a student organization, and they do a lot of really cool things. You get a cool t-shirt, you get swag, you get an opportunity to come and have ready-made friends, because being a commuter school, so it's not a residential campus, it can be a lot harder for some people to find their community, right?
Exactly.
And so that's part of what we're creating with Women of UVU and at the Women's Intercultural Engagement Program.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I definitely have struggled with that too, because like especially when you're just in generals, you hardly ever see these people again.
Right.
So it's really hard to like make those friends that you would maybe like if you did in high school. Like you can't really like come back to that. But so to have like these places where if you're looking to make those connections, you can.
And we have membership that they'll get involved in their freshman or sophomore year, and then they stay involved, and then they become on the Leadership Council, which runs it. It's a student-run organization. Our former president of the organization, which is a great scholarship and a paid position, they started as just a member of the organization as well. So it really does become a place where you want to stay and you want to belong, and it's a great organization for that.
That's so awesome. So to get more involved, I know that like you guys have the website on, and I know that if you still do search up like the Women's Success, yours will pull up as well.
Yeah, it will.
But if you search that up, like there's a whole UVU page that has all your guys' resources, dates that you do things, the flyers. Do you have any like social media that you have as well?
We do, yeah. We're in the process of changing those names over, but right now if you just go to UVU WSC on Instagram or on Facebook, you'll find us. We have a Twitter account, we have a TikTok. It's all under Women's Success Center right now, so you can find those. You can also follow the Women of UVU, so it's just at Women of UVU on Instagram. So they also post all of their stuff on their Instagram page.
Yeah, and that's really awesome, because then you can get those like daily reminders to kind of check you out. And my like little call for it is it's a good break from walking up those stairs.
It really is.
If
you just can't make that last flight of 4 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
Come stop and get a drink.
Come stop, take a little chat, and then walk up the rest
Yeah.
of the way.
It's true.
But that's why I think it's in the perfect placement. But thank you so much for coming on here and telling us all about it. I really encourage you guys to go check out this amazing section and help that we have here at UVU for anybody. Like we said, anybody can go check it out. Go chat with somebody and they can help you kind of find where you can find these scholarships, as well as maybe they can give you some advice and like just chat with people there about any questions you have like in life. Like it's a really open just support system, which is it's one of the many reasons that I love UVU. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything else you would like our viewers to know?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much again for having us, and we will see you next time, Wolverines. Have a good one.